Incredible breaking news coming out in just the past 2 hours. As today, November the 14th, 2024, we're hearing that a 9/11 style attack on U.S. soil has just been averted with the arrest of a Houston man. Take a look at the headlines coming out left and right in just the past 2 hours. Houston attack plot foiled, the FBI says, as a 28-year-old man is in custody. We're hearing that there were connections to ISIS for plots of attacks against the United States here on our soil in the city of Houston. Take a look. FBI arrests Houston man for alleged ISIS ties, a plot on U.S. soil. FBI man admits to planning an attack from his Houston area apartment, and I'm going to share with you the latest details coming out on this as we're hearing that this has been thwarted. However, we are seeing that this is still underway, the attempts to go ahead and do this against the United States. And take a look. This is the ongoing battle that I've been sharing with you guys, the FBI's silent battle against Iranian sleeper cells. As tensions between the United States and Iran reach a boiling point, the specter and menace of sleeper terrorist cells hangs over the promise of safety and stability. This coming out back in March. So this has been an ongoing warning to the United States, as we've been sharing with you, that there are sleeper cells, foreign nations sending over groups that want to do 9/11 style attacks against the United States. And we're hearing that is exactly what was being planned here. But the FBI has thwarted it. He has been captured today, November the 14th, 2024, just a couple of hours ago, which means the threats, though, are still very alive and present at this time. And things are not slowing down with just the changing of the fact that Donald Trump is now going to be the president of the United States as opposed to the current president, Joe Biden. So, and we also hear that there are assassination plans for Donald Trump, specifically from Iran as well. So, like I said, this is breaking news coming out today, November the 14th, 2024. Articles coming out left and right, the news coming out of these plots against the city of Houston in the United States. We've also heard warnings. I've shared with you the list from the FBI of where they're saying there are sleeper cells, major cities that are currently on the list, on the watch list, of which ones could be most likely hit by these cells. I've shared with you Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Chicago, various areas in Florida, around Maryland, Virginia, here in Texas. There are various cities, and we're hearing one just stopped right now in the city of Houston, Texas. So I'm going to go ahead and get you guys caught up on the latest. This is breaking news coming out, the latest information. You might not see it on the headlines just quite yet, so I'm pulling the most recent ones, going to put it on the screen, read right from it, share with you the latest information so you can see it for yourself. And also, these articles actually are not going to be linked in the description below because there are some words that I feel like the algorithm might not appreciate. So afterwards, on my community page, on my YouTube channel, I'm going to add these here for everyone to see. I already still do this for all the people that hit the join button and become members, but now I'm just going to do it for everybody this particular time because I don't want these particular words to trigger anything where this can no longer be shared out with as many people as I'd like it to be. So the articles are going to be cited and sourced in the community page right after this. So let me go ahead and get you caught up on the latest, though. As I mentioned, we're going to be referencing a couple of these different articles that have just come out. And if you appreciate the breaking news, keeping you up to speed on everything, don't forget, take a quick second, hit that like button for me. I see we've got 1,531 people live with me today, November the 14th, 2024. It is currently 1:51 p.m. Central Standard Time. And as I mentioned, this information coming out in just about the past, I'm thinking less than 2 hours. We've got 331 likes, so if you appreciate the updates, please smash that like button for me. Helps spread this out further. Also, subscribe to stay up to date. I'll keep you up to speed on everything that's going on, so you are aware of everything taking place. And I always say here on the channel, don't be scared. Be prepared. We must know what's going on. We can't stick our heads in the sand and pretend like nothing's taking place. Knowledge is power, but the true application of knowledge, knowing and then taking action, is the true power. So I will continue to keep you up to date. You hit that subscribe button, and also additional resources linked in the description below. And also wanted to mention, as potential attacks could be coming in the form of not only physical, but also cyber, join the newsletter as well to stay connected off of social media platforms, www.steveramnews.com, linked in the description below. So let's go ahead and get right to it. I see Ernest saying, I live in Houston. So do I, Ernest. So I just saw this coming out across all of our local news headlines, and it's likely going to be hitting the mainstream here very soon, as this is a major, we're hearing, plot attack against the city of Houston, and what they're saying was going to be a 9/11 style attack against U.S. citizens here on our soil. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I see Shirley saying God is always in control. Yes, amen to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, though. So this is coming out today. You can see November the 14th. I think this particular article just came out just a little while ago, maybe less than 30 minutes ago. An attack on U.S. soil has been averted with an arrest of a Houston man. Today is a great day. We've taken a suspected attacker off of the streets of Houston, a special agent in charge of the FBI, Houston Douglas Williams, said. And again, there are particular words that I'm not going to say, but you can see it on the screen. A major 9/11 style attack, possibly in Houston, was averted with the arrest of a local Houston man who was allegedly plotting with ISIS to attack America, U.S. Attorney's Office and Southern District of Texas announced on Thursday today. Anas Said, 28, was arrested on November 8th and charged with attempting to provide material support to the Islamic State of Iraq and al-Sham, ISIS, according to federal court records. He is due in court on Thursday for the detention hearing. Today is a great day. We've taken a suspected attacker off of the streets of Houston, said Special Agent in charge of the FBI, Houston Douglas Williams. And here you can see it as well, that this is coming out on X from FBI in Houston. And I saw video footage coming out on local networks as well. In October of 2023, law enforcement learned about multiple social media accounts linked to Said. According to the court documents, investigators allegedly found messages and posts from him supporting ISIS. Investigators with the JTF FBI Houston Joint Task Force learned that he was searching for ways to commit acts against the United States here on our soil and right here in Houston, Texas, Williams said in a statement. He admitted to wanting to use detonation devices to commit massive loss of life here in Houston. The task force later executed search warrants, which revealed multiple encrypted messaging apps detailing his efforts to create and disseminate propaganda on behalf of ISIS. Investigators said the messages glorified ISIS's ongoing attacks and contained records of him attempting to find material support for them through the creation of pro-ISIS images, videos, and flyers. He offered his home as a safe sanctuary to operatives. He bragged that he would commit an attack similar to 9/11 if he only had the resources, and he expressed the desire to join the U.S. military just so he could commit an act once he was inside of their ranks. If convinced, Said faced up to 20 years in federal prison and possibly $250,000 of a maximum fine. So that is coming out, you can see here, from the Houston Chronicle. In addition to that, I shared with you the headline, this one coming out from the Houston Public Media. Here's another one from Fox News giving details. And here's another one. Let's take a look at this coming out from K Houston 11. FBI man admits to planning an attack from his Houston area apartment. FBI said the 28-year-old man admitted to bragging that he would commit this type of style of attack if he had the resources. And you can see the updates coming out. And again, this just coming out a little while ago, updated 1:18 Central Standard Time, released almost around noon. So like I said, not even 2 hours ago, this was officially released. The FBI, article jumped on me. The FBI on Thursday today announced the arrest of a man that they said tried to provide support to ISIS and admitted to planning an attack on U.S. soil. Authorities said the 28-year-old Anas Said was doing this all from his apartment in far west Houston. Now, U.S. Attorney Almadar Hamadani said that Said was born in Houston but spent a large part of his childhood in Lebanon, where his family is from, and the Lebanese, that is currently where there are battles taking place right now with Hezbollah and Israel. The FBI said that Said admitted to researching how to carry out an attack on local military recruiting centers, offering his home as a sanctuary for operatives, and bragging that he could commit this attack similar to 9/11 if he had the resources to do so. He also attempted to produce ISIS propaganda. His charges with attempting to provide material support to ISIS, FBI arrested him on November the 8th of 2024, so just last week. Hamdani said that when the agents confronted him, he violently threw his cell phone against the ground and shattered it. Hamdani said that a search for his devices revealed pro-ISIS images and messages, including communications with the official media outlet of ISIS. He's accused of creating at least 5 videos and 2 images that he sent to ISIS social media and website designer for distribution. We've taken a suspected attacker off of the streets of Houston. The FBI Houston special agent in charge, Douglas Williams said that he had been on the FBI Houston Joint Task Force radar since 2017. So he has been on the watch list, they're saying. So they've been watching him all this time. So these reports coming out of them knowing that there are people here and they're watching them. This was one of the individuals. And we've heard that over 100 of them have poured in over the southern border with the open borders over the last, I think it was year, if I remember correctly. And those are just the ones that we know of. So this is one that they were watching and they were able to catch him before he was able to move forward. Our early investigation determined that he frequently viewed ISIS literature and other online propaganda. Williams said that on October 7th, Hamas's attack on Israel, it spurred him toward more attacks, pushing him to the top of their priority list on national security threats. He admitted to wanting to use devices to commit mass loss of life here in Houston, Texas, Williams expressed. He expressed the desire to join the U.S. military just so he could commit an act once he was inside of their ranks. Hamdani and Said has said that Said has a bond hearing scheduled sometime Thursday evening. So that is the latest information. And again, not a whole lot coming out on this. This is fairly breaking news. As I mentioned, just in the last 2 hours, we're starting to see this pour out. And a lot of these articles just coming out in the past couple of minutes, you guys, and a lot of these coming out from local news sources, as you can see, for Houston. And let me know your thoughts. We have been hearing these warnings for quite some time from the FBI of these sleeper cells here in the United States. I mean, it's not like these have gone away. I know that a lot of people feel like the threat seems to be dissipating because they keep warning us. We keep hearing from FBI Director Wray. We keep hearing all these things, but nothing's happening. So I feel like people are starting to get this sense of really sort of the boy who cried wolf. Yet we are still seeing this happen. Just because we've received these warnings for quite some time and they haven't unfolded doesn't mean that it's time for us to put our guard down. It means the threat is still readily available and present. Just, are we still having our guard up and ready? Are we staying ready, or are we becoming lax in this time? And we're hearing that the threat is still here and still could potentially hit. Now, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that we are still going to be seeing these attacks after all these warnings? Or do you think, no, they're going to fall to the wayside? Who knows? Maybe Trump might come in and direct, I guess, the FBI or these other agencies to go ahead and address these. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are we going to be seeing an attack on U.S. soil soon? Or do you think that that is all going to change because of Donald Trump? If you think that we are going to experience an attack here soon, put a 1. If you think no, the U.S. is going to be fine, put a 2. I'd be curious to see your thoughts, but we're hearing that as of today, a couple hours ago, it is being reported that they have intercepted and thwarted a potential attack plan that was set to be on a scale of 9/11, they're saying. I don't have a whole lot of details, just that they were saying that there was devices to be detonated, and it was going to be huge, and they were able to stop it. This coming out today, November the 14th, 2024. And I'm seeing the ones pouring in. People say, no, there are still likely going to be attacks on the U.S., even though Donald Trump is the president of the United States. And also, in addition to that, keep in mind that those nations in the Middle East, they actually have a hit out on Donald Trump to try to assassinate him directly. This is, they're saying, as a result of what unfolded when he eliminated Soleimani. This is their retaliatory plans against Donald Trump specifically. Now, as I mentioned, We have been hearing these warnings for quite some time. Let's take a look at this article that actually came out back in March on the sleeper cells and the FBI's, they're saying, silent battle against this. Take a look at this, you guys. The FBI's silent battle against Iranian sleeper cells. This is an opinion piece. As tensions between the United States and Iran reached a boiling point, the specter and menace of sleeper groups' cells hangs over the promise of safety and stability for the United States. Like I said, we've been hearing these warnings for quite some time. In the complicated geopolitical tapestry where national security is paramount, the silent but alarming threat of these sleeper groups, these cells, are within the United States, purportedly orchestrated by the Islamic Republic of Iran. It has become a prominent concern of the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security. So we've been hearing these warnings. They want to do a coordinated attack, we are hearing. So the reports have been not just that they're going to carry these out, but they want to carry out multiple all at once, similar to what we're hearing about the cyber attacks that could come against the United States. This insidious threat and menace underscores a chilling strategy, targeting not just individuals, but seeking to destabilize through fear and retaliation, a tactic that underpins the Islamic Republic's modus operandi on foreign soil. Albeit this epitomizes the Islamic Republic's strategy of leveraging fear to achieve its geopolitical aims. The bold initiative, an audacious plan to assassinate prominent figures closely associated with the former President Donald Trump, now the current president, including Brian Hook, Mike Pompeo, John Bolton, and Gina Haspel, among others, reveals a vengeful intent to retaliate for the assassination of the IRGC Quad Force commander Qasem Soleimani. As I had mentioned, this move not only elaborates tensions, but also ventures into the dangerous territory of state-sponsored attacks, challenging the international norms of diplomacy and the very foundation of conflict resolution. Now, the ambiguous methods, whether employing proxy groups, hired guns, or solitary agents, lone wolves within the United States, or directly deploying its own operatives and agents, further complicates the security landscape and presents a formidable challenge to national security. This is the FBI's mission. The FBI's mission extends beyond mere surveillance, delving into the monitoring and charities, religious centers, schools, and healthcare facilities with ties to Tehran's regime. This multi-layered problem is not as straightforward as it seems, intertwined with a web of espionage, subterfuge, and the dark arts of intelligence warfare. The historic context of the Ministry of Intelligence in Iran, helmed by 8 clerics since its establishment, sheds light on a systematic approach to assassination fatwas deemed legitimate by Shiite jurisprudence. These criminal mullahs, namely Mohammed Rashiri and an assortment of other names as well, preside over a dark legacy of silencing. Oh, article jumped on me. Preside over a dark legacy of silencing opposition through targeted assassinations, underscoring the regime's unyielding pursuit of control. Now, in reality, the tenure of these Shiite mullahs has seen the execution of hundreds of regime opponents, both within Iran's borders and abroad, showcasing a relentless pursuit of power preservation at any cost. The narrative of Iran's operative activities marked both thwarted plots and grim success, especially against Israel's interests, underscores a broader strategy of intimidation and transcends regional boundaries. Yet the endeavor to conduct operations on American soil introduces a complex array of challenges, as evidenced by the elaborate and multi-tiered nature of these conspiracies. The Islamic Republic's aggressive posture, underscored by President Ebrahim Raisi' assertion that seeking revenge is a duty incumbent upon the world's Muslims, suggests a tactic readiness to disavow any direct involvement in potential attacks, a classic strategy of denial and obfuscation. This declaration, juxtaposed with the actualization of threats on Americans and Israeli lives, starkly illustrates the perilous game of brinksmanship Tehran is willing to play. Now, the presence of the Islamic Republic's military and clandestine intelligence operations in the Western Hemisphere represents a clear and present danger to the national security and interests of the United States. The early January 2024 assassination of 3 Americans, purportedly by Iran's proxy groups, underlines a brazen willingness to strike at the heart of American life. The politicization of such actions, including the portrayal of assassination attempts against Trump in Iranian media, reflects a broader ideological battle. It suggests that certain factions within the global political landscape might tactically approve of such extreme measures against perceived adversaries, further complicating international relations and the pursuit of peace. Now, in response, the U.S. intelligence community and counterattack apparatus must navigate this precarious situation with both vigilance and strategic acumen. The multiplicity of threats, from cyber espionage to traditional surveillance, requires an adaptive and comprehensive approach to national security. And speaking of national security, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should we have the mass deportations take place like Trump is suggesting to rid ourselves of anybody that has come in here illegally, and also anybody that is chanting or shouting or proclaiming any anti-American rhetoric, especially if they are not from the United States, they've come from other nations? He is saying we are going to send them out. If you think, yes, we need to do that, we need to get them out, go ahead and drop a 47 in the comments if you support that position by Donald Trump, who is saying we need to do this and do it now. And as you can see, we are still receiving reports of these potentially coming. So 47, if you agree with Donald Trump, yes, we need to do mass deportations and do it now, or just drop a no if you disagree with Donald Trump. Now, do me a favor. I see we've got 1,874 people live with me in the room right now today, 2:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, November the 14th, 2024. While you're dropping those 47s or those no's, and all I see is 47s, honestly, go ahead and take a quick second if you haven't done so yet. Hit that like button for me. Help spread this out further so more people can get the latest information, as we are hearing that this was just thwarted right now by the FBI. They said that they have arrested the individual. Headlines are coming out left and right. As I mentioned, just in the past couple of hours, a lot of the mainstream media news outlets have not yet reported on this, that they're saying a massive plot was planned to attack on U.S. soil, specifically in Houston. The individual that was planning this, coordinating this with the organization that he was associated with, ISIS, they are saying that he has been stopped and that this was a tremendous win. It says, today is a great day. We've taken a suspect that was planning an attack off of the streets of Houston. The special agent in charge of the FBI in Houston, Douglas Williams, said in a statement. So for those of you hopping on a little bit late, as I mentioned, we've been hearing these warnings for quite some time, and now it is coming out today that this was taking place again and was stopped right now here in Houston. A 9/11 style attack on U.S. soil averted with the arrest of a Houston man. Houston attack plot foiled, FBI says. 28-year-old man in custody. FBI arrests a Houston man of alleged ISIS ties who is planning a plot of attack on U.S. soil. FBI man admits to planning an attack from his Houston area apartment in West Houston. And as I just read with you, we've been receiving these warnings for quite some time, and it appears they are still very readily present. FBI's silent battle against Iranian sleeper cells. We're hearing that they are planning coordinated attacks against the United States, and today they are saying it is a great day to see that this particular plot, this plan that was being orchestrated, it has been stopped. So, man, and I still see those 47s coming in with people saying, yes, we need to do this mass deportation plan and do it right away. Now, as I've shared with you here on the channel, we've been hearing from Donald Trump that he has got a lot of different plans set in place. He has been appointing people left and right. If you missed my live stream yesterday night, you're going to want to check it out. He has appointed Tulsi Gabbard, Matt Gaetz. I can't even remember all of the people off the top of my head. Marco Rubio, he has been assigning people left and right to take care of business. He has just been covering the news outlets right now. Every hour, it seems, there's some breaking news with the latest thing as he is getting things ready to get into the presidency, and he is getting his cabinet ready, his team, and he is also saying mass deportations, they are on the way. If you are here illegally and you have come across without the proper legal process, he said, prepare to pack your bags. Also, we are hearing that anybody that is threatening the United States, especially if you are here and you are not an American-born citizen, pack your bags. Anybody that has this rhetoric against the United States, they are saying they are getting ready to crack down. Things are changing. And now we are seeing these attacks, though, are still readily present. I've been sharing with you for quite some time, I think over a year now. The FBI, we've heard from the FBI Director Wray, of the sleeper cells in various cities. An additional confirmation coming out today, November the 14th, 2024, that another one was planned. A plot here in Houston, Texas, the fourth largest city in the nation. So it just makes you wonder, this is just what they are finding, just what they know of. But how many other cities have got all sorts of these individuals that are hidden amongst the people that are planning these? They're saying a coordinated plot to orchestrate attacks across the U.S. in various cities. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I've shared with you the lists of the cities, and it is an extensive list, and again, it's just the ones that we know of. So this has just unfolded today, just in about the past 2 hours. This information's coming out. I'm expecting that it's going to start coming out across more media outlets, more headlines, but I just saw this breaking news, and as you guys know, I am here in Houston, so I'm seeing it come out on the local news media outlets. People are sharing the information with me that there was a potential attack on U.S. soil in Houston that today they are saying was thwarted, intercepted by the FBI. So as more information comes out, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel. This is the latest that we have. Not a whole lot on it, just that we know that it was going to be a massive attack that was being planned, and it was stopped. But as more comes out, like I said, I'll be sure to share. And after this live stream, go ahead and check out my community page. I'm going to post for you all the sources. There's just not going to be cited on this particular one. As I mentioned, there's certain things that I don't want to say. I don't want to cause any issues here on the platform. So that's going to be there. You can check it out right after this. Also, if you appreciate that, do me a favor, take a second, hit the like button, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? I'll keep you up to speed on everything. Thank you for all those that support the channel, and also to stay connected off of social media platforms in case we see attacks of cyber attacks on U.S. various critical infrastructure systems, including communications. Stay connected at www.steveramnews.com, and also additional resources for you and your family linked down below, because we always say here on the channel, don't be scared, be prepared. Don't stick your head in the sand and pretend like nothing's going on, because things are taking place. The wisest thing that we can do at this time is to be aware. Don't be scared, be prepared. Knowledge is power, but I believe the application of knowledge is the true power. Knowing what's going on, taking the necessary steps to keep you and your family safe. I always see people putting in the comments, keep your head on a swivel. If you see something, say something. Please be aware, as there are present dangers and threats against the U.S. at this time. But like I said, as stuff comes out, I'll keep you guys up to date here on the channel. So that is the latest. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. And I see people still putting in 47s. I'm seeing prayer hands. I'm seeing somebody say, Righteous for Jesus is saying, I want Jesus. Cat Scratch is saying, no sand in my hair, not sticking that head in the sand. Excellent. Good. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe to stay up to date. And I'll make sure that you are aware of everything going on. Wisdom is understanding of the Holy Spirit, says Raman Jackson. Amen to that. Anything is fine. Go back to work. Pay your taxes, says Gabar Judah. Yes, this has been thwarted. I will keep you guys up to speed on everything, though. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. Take care. God bless. I'll catch you in the next one. This is Steve.